do not spend your entire bank account into this. Those are the chains that we sell the most. There's no way you're not making a statement with like a 7 or 8 millimeter. 10 millimeter and above, it starts getting thick. Perfectly made. 5 millimeter is definitely going to be there. This is going to be very, very affordable. 28 is long. 24 is going to serve most people. 22 is definitely the standard. Welcome back to another video. This time, I'm super excited because today is actually a special day and we are breaking record thanks to you guys. And this video is actually buyer's guide, mainly for different sizes and length. I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking about this and a lot of you guys have asked about this. So let's try to simplify it and just make it as simple as possible, because I'm pretty sure like whenever you guys are trying to purchase a chain, whether it's a Cuban link or it's not a Cuban link, you guys struggle when it comes to like different sizes and the millimeters and the length and the carats and this and that. It's like so many variables that I'm pretty sure is a little bit overwhelming, especially for newcomers and you guys are looking for your first chain and things like that and you're not familiar with the sizes. So let's just try to simplify as soon as possible. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the 3 millimeters. So 3 millimeters are usually those chains that are for people that are starting or on a budget, or they just simply don't want anything just a little bit bulky. They just want like a something very subtle. So this is what a 3 and 4 millimeter is usually for. That's usually what your 3 millimeter is going to be for. 3 and 4 millimeter. Once you start jumping in, and this is going to be ranging some based on today's price. I think gold is somewhere around $4,100. This is going to be very affordable. It's going to be around the $1,000 range, depending whether it's 10 or 14K. But this is going to be very, very affordable, and it's still a very solid chain, and you can still get a very special price when it comes to the price per gram that you can get for this 3 millimeters. I know when it comes to Italian-made, machine-made Cuban links, they're a little bit higher when it comes to the price per gram. But when it comes to you start jumping into Francos, rope chains, and things like that, the price per gram is much, much higher than it is for the Cuban link. So if you want more bang for your buck and your budget is somewhere around $1,000 to $2,000, then 3 millimeter, it's usually the way people go when it comes to the Cuban link. With that being said, that's 3 and 4 millimeter. This is actually 3. Let's jump into 5 millimeter. It starts to get pricey from here. The 5 millimeter is usually the chain that you don't want like a handmade Cuban link because it's a little bit too thick, but you want something that stands out a little bit more than the 3 and the 4 millimeter. 5 millimeter is your call. 5 millimeter is going to be starting somewhere around the $3,000 to $4,000 range. If you start jumping into the 14 karat one, then that is going to be starting somewhere around like high $4,000s and $5,000, depending on the length of the chain. Let's just cover the millimeters first, and then we'll cover the length of the chains. So 5 millimeter on the Cuban link, it looks like this. It's not that thick, but it's something that stands out when it comes to your neck. This is what the 5 millimeter looks like. 5 and 6 millimeters. This is a 6 millimeter that I'm going to show you now, and this is a special 6 millimeter. 5 millimeter, 10 and 14 karat, $4,000 to $5,000, 14K up to $6,000, depending on the length and the weight of the chain. So same thing. A lot of these chains are manufactured in Italy. That is where the main manufacturer is at. If you want more bang for your buck, since this is much heavier than a Franco or rope chain, your price per gram is going to be much lower. So just keep that in mind. A lot of the manufacturers manufacture this 10, 14 and 18 karat. We have all 3 carats here in stock. So if you're looking for anything that's 3 to 6 millimeter, we have a bunch of these in stock, a bunch of these spaghettis in stock that we can serve you with, and we can definitely give you a good deal. So just reach out to a store. Going back to this again, you want something that stands out a little bit more than the 3 and 4 millimeter, but you also don't want anything like the handmade. 5 millimeter is definitely going to be there. Now, let's jump into the 6 millimeter. We actually just started making these. These are the 6 millimeter handmades. I know some people have started making them before us, but we were never motivated to do them. But this time, we are going to be putting them on the website on a link that is actually going to have the ones that we have in stock, and they have sold very, very well. I think I only have, they're all 10 karat. I don't have any more 14, but we're gonna start manufacturing a little bit more of these. They're just very, very hard to make since there's so many links. Like they have to weld link by link. It's very tough, so most people do not want to make it in general. So this is what this is going to be. 6 millimeter, a little bit more than this. Your price per gram is actually a little bit lower than the machine made. So if you want a good deal, you want the best bang for your buck, and you don't want to go up to like a 7, you don't want to go go up to like an 8mm, then this is definitely a very, very good buy, especially it's handmade. The quality is much, much superior than the machine made, in my opinion. Some people do prefer the machine made. I completely understand. Handmade items do have their little defects here and there. They're handmade, but if you want something more perfect, then machine made is your way. Again, 6mm, we just launched them on the website. We are not going to be taking orders for these. These are only going to be for ready to ship. So if we have it in stock, then you can take it right away. If we don't have it in stock, then you can't order it. You can order it with all the manufacturers that do make these. But right now we have these 3 available. So if you want any of these are 10K, let us know. But we have all the ones that we are also making. So this should be on the website in a little bit. So this is just a little bit, it's 1mm. So 1mm is just a little bit thicker than the 5. Let me see what I have over here. I have a 7mm here. So 7mm, as you can see, it starts standing out. 7 and 8mm is definitely going to be up there. These are all 7mm chains, all of them. Every single one of these are 7mm chains. So this is what a 7 and 8mm looks like. Very, very similar. Once you start hitting 7 and 8, then you're definitely making a statement. There's no way you're not making a statement with like a 7 or 8mm. Those are the chains that we sell the most. 7 and 8mm. Price range, you're going to be looking somewhere around $7,000 to $8,000 for 10K, a little bit more for 14K. This is a rough range for the 7mm. 7mm is one of the most sold chains that we have. 8mm also sells a lot. And then after that, we'll start jumping into the 9 and the 10mm, which are much, much thicker. If you want something from 9 and 10, then that's definitely more of a statement. That's something that the 7 and 8, I'm going to wear it on an everyday basis. Anything below 8mm is definitely an everyday basis chain. I'm going to wear it pretty much everywhere I go. If I want to go to the club, if I want to wear it on a daily basis, then I'm definitely going to wear it. If I want something that actually stands out and I have the budget, don't try to buy a $5,000 or $6,000 a 10mm chain. It's just not attainable at this point. Maybe if gold drops 50%, maybe you can buy it. But as of right now, when it comes to 9 and 10mm, this is a 10mm, perfectly made. This chain is just amazing. Then you will need some actual bank. Do not spend your entire bank account into this. I do not suggest it because I don't want you to be, oh, I spent all my money into one single chain. No, this is for people that are actually established because these chains are going to be around the $14,000 to $15,000 range. So you need some money to back it up. $14,000 to $15,000 range for a 10mm. This is something that you're going to wear to the club. It starts getting very pricey from here on. So right now you're going to start having like a car in your neck, okay? So 10mm, if you really want to make a statement, that's the way you go and above. So 10mm, 12mm, 14mm, it starts getting very, very thick, very heavy. 13, 14, you start somewhere around 400 grams, 350 to 400 grams. That's something that's definitely going to stand out. You're going to be looking at a chain like this big, and even if you don't put it out of your shirt, if you put it in, you're still gonna see like this massive thing in your neck, and you're definitely gonna make sure that you buy a replacement neck for your neck. So because it's going to get heavy. I've seen some people honestly that do wear those things like on a daily basis. They wear like 2 or 3 of like 300-400 grams chains. It's heavy. It's just heavy. Like I've had them on for a little bit and it's like I can't stand it. But that's me. Like you might be different. Whatever your purpose is, we are going to go ahead and serve you with the best possible quality we can possibly give you right here at GOLDZENN. So 10mm and above, it starts getting thick. It starts getting expensive, so make sure that you have the wallet to back it up. Now length, let's talk about length. The standard since forever has always been 24, and before in the 90s and 80s, it used to be like 26 minimum. They used to call it, oh, you're if you wear something like a 20-inch. But now, in more modern times, 22 has become very popular. If you want something to fit through your head, then 24-inch is definitely the way you want to go, unless you have a big head. People that have big heads do know that they have big heads. 24-inch will definitely fit through your head. If you have a big head, you might struggle a little bit. If you have more than a big head, sir, then yes, you might struggle to put a 24. Most people, a 24-inch is more than plenty. key when it comes to if you want it to fit through your head. If you do not want it to fit through your head and you want something a little bit more comfortable, most of the chains are 22. These are 22 inch, but I'm 6'3", so I'm kind of tall, so you have to play around with your height. The shorter you are, for example, like a 22, the way a 22 looks on me, it's going to look maybe like over here if you're maybe like a foot shorter than me or something like that. So you just have to play around with it. But the very, very much standard is 24. 24 inches is usually going to be around your chest. It's usually going to be around here. For the average height of the person, it's usually going to be around here. Depending, if you're big, if you're bulky, then it's definitely, it might sit a little bit up. You know if you're bulky. If you are bulky, then 24 is going to sit very, very well. If you're bulky, I do not recommend 22 inch unless you want something like somewhere around here, because you're gonna be some sort of choker, which is completely fine. Nowadays, it's very, very popular. I wear chokers every now and then, depending on where I'm going. So 22 inch, if you're bulky, I do not recommend it. Even if you're 5 foot and you're big, I do not recommend it. I've seen some 5'5" guys that have like huge necks and they're super huge, and like in 22 inch just looks like a choker on them. It just depends on the look that you're looking for. Standard, 24. That's the very standard. Fits through your head, sits very comfortably for pretty much every single height. If you want something a little bit shorter, 22 has become very standard nowadays. Very, very standard, 22 inch. It just sits right where it's supposed to, and it's like it doesn't go through your head. For example, like I lost at the beach the other day, I lost a chain that was 24 inch. I just, boom, went right into the water, and guess what? The chain came out of my head. I never saw it again. Thousands of dollars just gone. I don't want that to happen again, which is the reason why I'm wearing 22 most of the time whenever I go out, or I'm wearing something like a little bit like a choker, depending on where I'm going, depending on what I'm wearing and things like that. Usually 22 and 20 inch. 22 and 20 inch. If I'm going to have like a button up shirt, then I'm gonna leave up until here like unbuttoned. Then 22, it's definitely gonna serve you very, very well, because it's going to show that little bit of the chain like right over here. If I'm going to be wearing like a polo shirt, then polo shirts just cover up the entire chain. That doesn't make sense. If I'm going to be wearing like a shirt like this, then anything 22 is fine. This 22 is completely fine, and it's going to look very well, as you can see over here. Now 20 inch and 18 inch, then that's more like a choker. That is going to be sitting like right up over here on your neck. And if you want that look, if you are a little bit thin, then 18 you should be fine. If you're a little bit bulky and you want like a choker, then 20 inch is definitely the minimum that I would recommend, because otherwise 18 might shock you. If you're a woman, 16 inch, if no average woman, if you're not heavy, then I would definitely suggest 16 inch, 16 to 17 inch. If you are a little bit taller, you're a little bit heavier of a woman, then definitely watch out, because definitely you might need like an 18 inch. Just have like a measuring tape like around your neck and see the type of length that you're looking for. So measuring tapes, they cost like $1, Dollar General, or Dollar Tree. Just buy it and like just put it around your neck and just see if the length that you're looking for, and if you're comfortable with that length and things like that. Beyond the 24 inch, we're going to jump into the 26 inch. Anything beyond 26 is definitely going to fit through your head. It's going to be sitting a little bit more towards your sternum, and then 28 and 30, it's gonna start getting closer to your abs. The other day, I actually got like a 60 inch chain. It was something crazy. Like it was like over here, it was sitting like crazy low. But usually you're not gonna find those. 30 inch is gonna be sitting around your abs. This is for like the old rappers, the old like Jay-Z chains and things like that. You don't see that very common nowadays, but most of the time, I think the longest we have made is 28 inch. You don't see a lot of people ordering like 30 inches. But if you're a big guy and you don't like the choker type, or you don't like any of this, then 26 and 28 is definitely the way to go. If you're a bigger guy, bulky, and you don't want this type of look, then definitely go with like a 26 or 28. All right, so let's recap. It's a lot of information and it's going through very quickly, but let's recap all the information just so that it sticks in your head. 16, 18, and 20. 16 and 18, if you want the choker look. 16 for women, 18 for men. And you are definitely, if you're bulky, I'll definitely recommend a 20 inch. If you're bulky and you want the choker type, I would definitely recommend 20 20 inch. 20 and 22, very common. If you are thin and you want this type of look and you are short, then definitely go for like a 20 inch. It's not going to fit through your head. 22 inch most likely is not going to fit through your head. So 20 and 22, definitely a little bit less of a choker, but like between a chain and a choker, but it's definitely going to be like up here. It's not going to be down here at all. So 20 and 22, 22 is very, very common. 20 is more like a choker type, but more like sitting down a little bit. And if you're wearing like a button-up shirt, then it's definitely gonna be there. It's definitely going to look. If you unbutton the first like 2 or 3 buttons, the look is going to be there. 22 and 24, it's more of the standard. If you don't want it to fit through your head, 22. If you want it to fit through your head, then 24 is definitely going to be up there. 24 is definitely going to serve you very, very well. I think this is pretty much the most standard chain that in general. And if you want to go shorter, we can always cut it. We can give you the pieces. And if later you want to add it back into the chain, then we can always add it back into the chain. That's no problem. It's better to go down than to go up, because to go up, you know, other customers don't understand this. Oh, just add an extra 2-3 inches to my chain. It's very, very tough, because we have to go through the process of making a brand new chain from scratch, completely from scratch. And we need to make sure that the chain, the filing and the welding and everything is pretty much apart with the other chain. So it's very, very tough. And a lot of the manufacturers do not want to make that, because it's like, it's so tough for an extra 2 or 3 inches. Like it's like making a brand new chain. You understand? So it's better to go down than to go up. Better to go down than to go up. If you didn't buy the chain, for example, like with us, and you come at me and be like, oh, I want an extra 2 inches, I will right then and there decline the job. I think anybody would. I mean, that's something that we always talk with the client. Going back to the topic, 24, it's going to serve you very well. 26 and 28. If you want something a little bit longer, that's also going to serve you very well, and you can also fit it through your head. Now, when it comes to the Cuban links, when it comes to the rope chains, when it comes to the Francos, we can offer different types of locks. When it comes to the Francos and the rope chains, we offer the cylinder lock, which is it's a rounded lock that we can offer to you guys. When it comes to the Cuban links actually have the slick locks, they have the diamond locks, they have infinity. So if you want your chain like 24 inches and above, if you want your chain to be infinity, we don't put any lock into the chain. It's much, much easier for you. So you just grab it, put it through your head, done deal. That's it. You don't have to worry about the 8 figures getting loose. You don't have to worry about the lock getting loose, which it happens with time, because it just, gold is malleable. So it's like, it just goes back to its place with time. It's not like it happens over a week or anything like that. But with time, then it does happen. It just goes back to its place. All we need to do is just readjust the lock, just make sure everything's working, boom, another 2-3 years. So 26 and 28, 30 plus. If you're looking for 30 plus, then you know you're looking for 30 plus. Most likely this is not your first chain. For first timers, 26 is definitely going to be a little bit long. 28 is long. 24 is going to serve most people. 22 is definitely the standard, and if you don't want it to fit through your hair for security and things like that, 22 is going to serve you very, very well. Different types of carats, I think we have already talked about this, but 10 karat is very, very affordable, very common. A lot of people say, oh no, 10 karat is not gold. 10 karat has 41.7% of pure gold inside and is reflected on the price. 14K, very common as well, super common. 14 karat is very commercial, and 14 karat is going to serve you very, very well as well. 14 karat has 58.3% of pure gold and is reflected on the price. So as we go up in carats, as the price goes up in carats. 18 karat is definitely going to be a little bit softer than 14 and 10, and it's definitely going to serve you very, very well as well, but it's going to be reflected on the price. It has 75% of pure gold in the chain, in the alloy, in the metal, 75% of pure gold. So your price is higher. With that being said, GOLDZENN carries 10, 14 and 18, and we carried most chains anywhere from 16 and 18 all the way up to 30 inches, and if we don't have it, we'll try to find it anywhere in the country. 6mm, we just started making them very, very soon. We're gonna have a lot more than these. We have all of these chains in stock. Call us up, because a lot of manufacturers out there, you have to wait like a bunch of 2, 3, 4 months. Sometimes we might have it here in stock. If we don't have it, then we'll make it quick. We'll make sure that we try to serve you the best attention, and we'll try to make it as fast as possible, possible for you. But if you made to order chain, it's gonna take anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. If it comes before, then hey, listen, here's your chain, it's right here. But we have a lot of chains here in stock, so give us a call. You might not even have to wait for your chain. We have 7mm, 10 to 14K. We have 8mm with slick locks, without slick locks. We're ramping up the production in general. So this is a good opportunity, especially now that gold is like down compared to January. Gold is down, it's like, listen, you're getting a bargain compared to January prices. So hit us up, GOLDZENN.com. We have some of the best quality out there. You can research it on the internet, and we've been on the market for quite a few years now. Today it's like it's a super special day because we just broke record, and honestly, we will not be here if it wasn't for you guys. So if there is anything out there that we can do for you, feel free to reach out. We're more than happy to help you guys out. And if you're looking for anything specific and we don't have it, just reach out, and who knows, we might know somebody that has whatever you're looking for. We might direct you the correct way. We don't even want anything in exchange. Hey, just go to this guy, just go to this other guy. And if we are able to serve you, then by all means, then we establish a relationship and you are welcome to the family. If you're newcomers, you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'll be more than happy to help you anytime. Thank you very much.